All right, today we're going to talk about a growth mindset. Growth mindset means you are focusing on learning new things that maybe you've never learned about before. So it's all about expanding your mind, expanding your skills, expanding your knowledge. Okay, so the way I look at it and the reason we do this project is because many times in class when you are reading a novel or talking about things, there's something that maybe sparks your curiosity and you want to learn more about. So, for example, in Touching Spirit Bear, many of you wanted to know more about the bear. Okay, what does it look like? Where do they come from? Is it real? Those types of things. So, what I want you to do is to have the opportunity to do a project where you can decide what you want to learn about and present that information. So it's a way for you to start do the beginnings of research and kind of follow a scripted rubric of things that I'm looking for, but also you're kind of guiding your learning and you're learning about what you want to know more about. Okay. So let's take a look at this rubric here. So in this rubric, it's going to tell you specifically what I want on every single slide. So on slide number 1, okay, connection to the text. So the idea was introduced in an interesting way. The connection to another text was explained. How did you come up with your idea? Okay, let's take a look at this project that somebody else do. So the first slide. So first slide, they put the title of what they're doing. This person did amnesia and their connection. In the book we were reading in literature, Maze Runner by James Dashner, the main character Thomas wakes up unaware of where he is. He thinks he could have been knocked out. This made me want to learn about amnesia. Okay, so the character in the book has amnesia, so she wanted to learn more about it, so she started doing some research on it. Then in the next text, the next slide, excuse me, uh, what is it? So she gives us a definition, explains what is amnesia, then what can cause it. Okay, are there different types? Okay, what were the effects that she put in? Diagnosis and treatment, and then her sources, which were the links. This is where she got her information. Okay, so going back to my rubric here, so did she have a connection to the text? Yes. Did she give me information slide? Okay, what is it? Was there enough information to understand the topic? Yes. The information was interesting and uh, didn't just give a list of numbers and dates. Okay, the only thing she didn't do that she was missing, she didn't put in a visual aid. So I'm looking for like pictures, charts, graphs, maybe embed a video if you know how to do that, if you can find something that fits. Okay, and then last but not least, you need to give me your sources. Okay, so we need to talk about how do I find my sources? Well, Mr. Bernard, you just go to Google and it does everything for you? No. You go to Google, yes. And so if I was looking up amnesia, I type in amnesia, okay? But then when you scroll down, I'm looking for sites that have specific things. Okay, if it ends with .org, organization, that information is going to be much more reliable and accurate than a .com or a .net. .com means commerce, means they're trying to sell you something. .net is also usually a business or something else where they're trying to have ads and sell you, and the information is not always going to be as accurate and be able to be verified. Okay, the next one down, Wikipedia. We never use that. That's not one I ever want you to use because Wikipedia is basically an online source of information where anyone can go on there and add information to it. And they literally have like 5 people that check that information. So every fact in the world, they're not going to be able to check all this stuff. There's false information on Wikipedia all the time. Okay, so even right here it says wikipedia.org. No, we're not using Wikipedia at all. That's out. Okay, healthline.com. Okay, so it's a .com. We don't want to use that. We want to look for other things. So .org would work. Cleveland Clinic, yes, that'd probably be pretty good. And we're looking for .gov, government, because they have to be correct in their information. .edu, educational sites, meaning like colleges, universities. Okay, those places will have better information. So we're looking for .orgs, .edus, and .govs. Those are the places that I want you using when you're searching and doing some research. Okay, so what are some things that I could do research on? So for right now, what I want you to focus on is trying to find a connection for something that we have done in Touching Spirit Bear. So right now, the main things that you could do research on would be the actual Spirit Bear. Maybe you wanted to learn more about circle justice, like where is that? Where does it take place? Maybe you wanted to learn more about the Tlingit tribe from Alaska. Maybe you wanted to learn more about what parole officers do. Okay, so anything that you can connect to Touching Spirit Bear that was something that was in the novel that happened that you're like, you know what, I want to learn more about that. Okay, maybe it's the Atau blanket. Okay, any of those things that you want to look up some information and find out, you can use for your growth mindset project. Okay, and we are going to do these throughout the year, and you're going to have more opportunities to look up different information. But right now, we're going to focus on Touching Spirit Bear. All right.